Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S back at another video. Obviously this is part 2 of my videos about Anglo-Indians and what I think we should stand for, as it's Anglo-Indian Day today. So I hope you checked out part 1. If you haven't already done so, please check it out, and I hope you look out for part 3 as well, and I hope you enjoy it, and I appreciate your views of my videos and likes and shares and all that kind of thing, and any support you give me. So I'll try not to waffle, but yeah, these are some of the things I stand for, and I suppose with a bias, I hope for my fellow Anglo-Indians, or as I call us for short, A.I.s. I have this little lame joke, as most of my jokes probably are, but A.I. Stands for Anglo-Indian, not artificial intelligence. But anyway, so here goes. So I know when people see my writing, they probably think I'm a bit of a robot anyway. So anyway, here goes. So as I say, I'm continuing on from part 1. Please check that out if you haven't already done so, where I talked about 10 of my ideas or things I would like us to stand for to make the world a better place, as I would see it, and support each other as well. Make the world a better place for each other and for the rest of the world as well, as much as possible. So here goes. So number 11, I would love us to support inventors and entrepreneurs and ideas people from developing countries or colonized countries. I think this is a bit debatable, because I was speaking to one Anglo-Indian guy in Australia, and he was saying that what I read or heard was that Anglo-Indians were sort of formed or created by the British on purpose to sort of divide India by having different religions or different cultures. So the idea was for us to divide India or something like that. So I think it'd be ironic if we were the ones to unite India or support India. But my friend in Australia, a fellow Anglo-Indian chap, was saying that it was just, dare I say, I don't know if I can use this word, but rowdy soldiers when they were abroad. Obviously, they didn't have any English women to procreate with, and that's how Anglo-Indians were born. But I think it was possibly a process that was deliberately designed, if I can speak properly, in like the Portuguese did it in Goa and Brazil, and I think the British did it in India, and probably others did it, like the Portuguese in different parts of Asia. So there's a lot of Eurasian societies or associations, such as, like, as I mentioned in part 1, like the Kristangs, which are part Portuguese and part Malaysian or Singaporean, which used to be one country. And there's not that I'm very good at history or geography, but these are things I've read or heard, as I'm quite interested in, obviously being Eurasian myself, I'm a bit interested, or very interested in the field. But yeah, so there's similar mixed groups like Indos which are part Dutch in Indonesia, and there's also if you go to South Africa as well, there's what they call coloured, which are like, I suppose most of them would probably be part Dutch or part European of some sort, generally Dutch and African. So so these were sort of possibly made on purpose to divide the countries, although in South Africa it was illegal, and as well as America, to have, and probably even the UK at one point, to have like relations between people of different colour, skin, or race or ethnicities. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I'd love to, I think it'd be quite ironic if we were the ones to support, or we were part of the group that supported countries like India and anti-imperialism, which I hope to come to, and things like that, but also like supporting inventors, ideas people, entrepreneurs, and people like that across Africa and Asia, and what I've called the 6 before. Please check out my other videos to see those. So Indigenous people from those colonized countries, basically in developing countries. I think it'd be great if we support them. And also, I'd love to stand for, like, on another note, covering 2 in 1. I would love for us to stand for, like, not changing the way God made our natural bodies. Dare I say, this is a bit of a controversial view I've talked about before, but like not getting piercings or tattoos or gender realignment, or changing our natural appearance or skin, or getting plastic surgery, or things like trying to avoid changing our natural physical bodies. I feel a bit of a hypocrite saying that, because there's a lot of rules that God makes that I don't always agree with, like hell, or things like, or things like, no, you know what, outside of marriage. I don't agree with those rules. So I'm sort of picking and choosing which rules I sort of want to follow. But I'd love to encourage Anglo-Indians not to do those sort of, like, change the way God made our natural body. But again, I'm probably being a bit hypocritical. I don't want to offend anyone. Like, if people do those things, that's up to them. But that's something I don't. None of these are to be enforced, or they're just things I would encourage people either to do or not to do, respectively. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, moving on, because I covered quite a lot on that point, so I don't want this video to be too long. Number 12, I would love us to make the world a better place, encourage and uplift each other and others, and not be people who are discouraging or bullying of others, but like try to always obey the law and always try to be I'm not always a positive person, but I always try and be a nice person if I can. So I think it would be good if we were anti-bullying and we were people who helped others as much as possible rather than put them down, always try and lift people up, and hopefully other people will appreciate our community more as well. So hopefully it will come back to us in a positive way. But yeah, I think that'd be a great thing to stand for, just as we would basically also treat other people as we wish to be treated. And whoever's good to us, I think we should be good back, and also try and forgive people who are harsh to us. Number 13, again, as a bit of a bias of mine, again, I'd love us to support Italian football as much as possible, even though they're not necessarily the most ethical. Number 14, I would love us to solve problems like global warming, climate change, violence, terrorism, crime, and that sort of thing. Be like productive members of society, just like Gandhi said, be the change we want to see, basically. I don't always agree with a lot of things Gandhi said in history, but I think that is quite a good one. Number 15, I think, again, it would be great for us to focus on how to make the world a better place, how to listen to each other, support each other, learn from each other, and share ideas, and that sort of thing. Number 16, on that note, sorry if I'm going really quick, I just want to get through all these points, and I don't want the video to be too long. And because of my habits, I wanted to stick to a certain number of points, or a certain number of ideas I wanted to cover. 16, I think it'd be great if we had a think tank about how to make the world a better place, not just for each other, not just for ourselves and each other, but for the world generally. And again, like played sports like football, and used our skills. I think historically a lot of Anglo-Indians were good at sport, but I would rather us play football or soccer if you prefer, or Calcio as they call it in Italy, rather than cricket or other sports. I would love us to focus on football mainly. Maybe like playing other sports as well, but mainly football. Number 17, again, I think it'd be great if we used our talents and abilities as individuals and as a community to whatever skills or talents, few or many as they might be, as in each Anglo-Indian, to make the world a better place as much as possible. Hope that made sense. Number 18, again, to make the world a better place, cut crime, try and encourage and uplift others as well as ourselves and each other, and just generally make the world a better place. Number 19, again, I think it'd be great if we supported STEM for science, tech, engineering, and maths training, as well as entrepreneurs, inventors, and things like that, as I covered a bit, for Indigenous communities across Australasia, Africa, the Americas, all over the Americas, and Asia, and also Ireland as well, because that would also colonize. So basically mainly colonized people, colonized countries, and also and communities, of course, and also people who have been colonized, invaded, or whatever, and also developing countries. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. And number 20, again, I think it'd be great if we made the world a better place for young people, children, and animals, and older people taught the youngest and led by example. I'm not, as I've said so many times before, I'm not a big fan of the saying I'm older than you or respect your elders. So I think we should treat each other as we wish to be treated ourselves, and maybe pass on our skills and knowledge and lead by example. If we want other people to have manners, like teach children and teenagers to have good manners, I think we should do the same ourselves and be non-violent ourselves, so that will make them learn from us, I think, in my opinion anyway. So these are all my opinions, of course. And also, I suppose I would love us to not smoke, drink, or take alcohol or drugs. Not smoke, drink alcohol, or take drugs, or things like that again, or not break the law, or not use violence, as I covered before. So sorry if I was waffling, and please let me know what you think, and I am out. Peace and love.